What happens after the final battle is won? What happens when you live in a world filled with extreme evil and violence, and one day the greatest hero ever ends it all? What happens to the hero? What does he do with his life? Sit down, get comfortable, and let me tell you a story about the Dragon Ball Z inspired comic book series, No One Left to Fight. If you are not subscribed to my channel, do so right now, please. Alright, let's begin with Vâle heading back home, or rather back to his friend's house, because he went on a journey of self-discovery only to realize he knows nothing. The first person we meet is his close friend and Loki's sidekick, Mr. Krabs. This guy was strong. He was so happy to see Vâle, he almost crushed him. But it wasn't just him. His niece and nephew came in like missiles and started beating on him just to show him how powerful they have become. It's fair to say these guys were Saiyans. And it's fair to say his best friend was Bulma. Her name was Crystal though, and he was a little bit too happy to see her. So happy in fact, her husband, Tamor, his former partner, was low-key offended to see him in his house. He tried to mask it though, but everyone knew. Everyone knew. They were cool but no longer close. As introductions go, this wasn't bad, until Vâle just kills over on the floor. Now this was odd, because if you know Vâle, you know how powerful he is. He is the hero of the world. He saved everyone, and this sickness wasn't even normal. He was seeing possibilities of lives he could have had. A life he could have had with his best friend's wife. Now back in reality, they were close but not that close. He tried to play it off like, I'm just lightheaded. But yeah, he wasn't feeling it at all. He said, I'm going to cook the food while you two catch up, leaving them in the room. And Vâle was honestly making the moves on his wife. It was a bit weird, but she always pulled back. It was clear he wanted this. He wanted the family. He knew his best friend was lucky to even have her, and he let her know it. She knew this as well. Tamor, in the kitchen, was going insane. He was enraged. Why is he here? She knew her husband. She had to come through and say, Guy, relax. I'm yours. I'm not his. Don't worry about all that. Let's just have dinner and chill, alright? He said, cool. Even at the dinner table, it was quite apparent everyone loved Vâle. Even after dinner, they said they wanted to go play in the backyard, reenacting the battle between their father, their uncle, and the great evil, and nobody wanted to be their father. This was a bit offensive. Everyone wanted to be the uncle. He said, nah. Vâle, step up. Let's fight. Or rather, quote unquote, let's spar. Let's show the kids what they want to see. Now, Vâle was skeptical at first until he saw the kids were already excited. So he said, all right, let's just get this done. Quick spar, nothing serious. But this guy was trying to kill him. He went for the flying knee, trying to take his head off. Even Vâle was like, boy, you strong now. He said, I've not even begun yet. And started unleashing an onslaught of attacks that Vâle was like, whoa. You must have forgotten who I am. And punched him so hard in the gut, he flew back in front of his kids, bruh. They said, ooh, Dad, you good? He said, I'm good. Watch your daddy cook. And he started to charge up a cannon attack. All Vâle saw was a repeat of his final battle. No, this can't be happening. Only to be brought back to reality of things. That was not your enemy. Your enemy was your best friend trying to annihilate you. The only reason he stopped was because of his wife. What the fuck are you doing? How childish can you be? Are you trying to kill him? Go inside. Yeah, there was animosity there, and mostly jealousy, because even the next day, Vâle woke up to the house being absolutely surrounded. He didn't want this. Tamor didn't want this, but he knew they wouldn't leave till they saw Vâle. So he said, go greet your fucking fans, boy. And he went to greet the whole city. I mean, literally everyone was here. They worshipped him like he was some kind of god. And it was kind of offensive because Tamor was in that fight. Why isn't he being worshipped? You see, that's where the animosity is coming from. Everyone just seemed to love Vâle. You actually feel for Tamor a bit. The only people who seem to love him are his family, his wife, and his kids. But right now, they had a mission. They had somewhere to travel to. But you see, in the sky, someone was watching all this play out with a smile on his face, an evil smile. Now, if you're wondering where they were traveling to, they were going back to their former dojo, where they trained for years, their version of Master Roshi's house. and Val was so excited to be here until he noticed someone coming in the distance. It was Winda. Now, Shorty was powerful, number one, and she was extremely in love with him, but he saw her as a sister, a baby sister. He wasn't taking her seriously at all, so she took it on the chin and went to greet Timon. Timon's wife tried to greet her, and she was like, nah, you good. Just stay in your lane. It was quite obvious why she didn't like her, though, because it was quite obvious that Val liked her. Regardless, they were not here to see her. They were here to see the master, and she was absolutely proud of Val. She loved him, so much so she dubbed him the perfect pupil. And when she saw our boy Tamar, she asked him straight up, no bowing, no greeting. Am I not your master? He said, no, you're not. You didn't train me. And this offended her more. Yeah, you made sure of that. Pathetic. Maybe my techniques were just too hard to learn. He was pissed off, but she didn't care. She went back to Val. She had a soft spot for him. But Tamar could go die somewhere. She didn't give a damn. During the campfire, only Tamar's wife sat beside him. Everyone else sat beside Val. He was the golden boy, the hero. And this pissed Tamar off. He lashed out. What the fuck is this? I didn't come here to be disrespected. Why don't I just leave? And the master said, leave, boy. Don't nobody give a shit about you. As they fought, Val's affliction started hitting him. He started seeing possibilities where Winda, the child they could have, and this life he didn't want. He told them to stop. Stop fucking fighting all the time. I'm going to bed. And just like that, the golden boy left. But you see, something was cooking. Something was going to happen tonight. And he was not prepared for it. Because while he slept, someone snuck into his room. He was prepared for battle, but this type of battle, this type of battle you look forward to. Now, Winda was a pretty girl, and she wanted Val because, there was no one else. He was the baddest bachelor on this planet. Everyone wanted to be his partner, and she had the right more than most because they were raised together, they trained together. This was the life she expected to have. But Val didn't see that. He didn't want her. He loved someone else, Claire Lee. Now, remember when I told you they were like Saiyans in Dragon Ball Z? It becomes very apparent in this moment because she had rage he had never seen, especially when he made the mistake to say, I love you, like a sister. She said, a sister? What the fuck? No remorse, no change. She unleashed a ki blast that fucked him up. She tossed him halfway around the beach, and he was like, yeah, I expected that. She lashed out. She wasn't done, and he said, I'll let you. Go ahead. I can take it. She said, you could take it while still punching him. What the fuck kind of shit is that? Who are you? Who is this coward that stands before me? He just kept saying, I'm sorry. She said, yeah, you are sorry. You could have had all this. Fuck you. It was not a good day to be Val. His affliction kept getting worse. He saw a new possibility, or rather, the same one, with her pregnant, having a kid together, a life that was good. Again, he denied it because someone was here, a presence he hadn't felt in a while. Hierophant, what are you doing here? And he said, well, I was watching you get your ass beat by a little girl. I've hit you worse. You're fucked up. Why? Val replied, none of your business. He said, I knew you'd say that, but I know, and I'm here to help. Val was taken aback. Help? Why would I need your help? He said, no, don't play like that. I have a cure for your affliction, a gift I've been trying to give the universe, and you guys have been trying to stop me. Life from decay. Val said, get that shit out of my face. I know the price for your cure. I am not playing with you. Fuck off. He said, I'll leave. But I'll be back. You know I'll be back. The next morning, Val looked messed up, and Tamar noticed, you look ridiculous. His wife told him, shut the fuck up, and he said, he does, though. Everyone heard it. Everyone heard homeboy get his ass beat by Shorty, and they came to say goodbye. His master was almost crying to see him go. This pissed Tamar off to no avail, but Wendy didn't want to say goodbye. She had to say, girl, go say goodbye, and she did. She said goodbye to Val, said goodbye to Tamar, and told Shorty, you can leave. I'm not shaking your hand, girl. She was rude, but you know where that rudeness stems from. She felt alone. She wanted a family of her own. But the master said, you've always had a family. Just stop being blind and see it. Val doesn't have to be your destiny. If he doesn't realize how good you are, then he doesn't deserve you. And so Val continued on his journey, and they stumbled onto a very misty part of the forest. They were lost. What the fuck is all this? Now, instead of Val to be focusing on the mission, he was trying to hit on his friend's wife. Who does that? Val may be a good guy, but he's a shitty friend. Before anything can happen though, the druid came out of the forest like, hey man, sorry. You just have the mist up for precautions. His partner looked at Tamor with disgust. You do not belong here. Tamor just replied, oh, I didn't know you could talk in big words now. Good for you, little bro. He was about to fight him until they said, all right, stop. Let's go back home. Homeboy just started sucking up all the mist and revealed his sanctum, a very, very chilled spot. This was where you come to heal, and Lord knows Val needs to be healed. But back home, we see Tamor's family, his kids, they're losing their mind. Now the girl, she was a combatant to her core. She wanted to spar. Her brother, on the other hand, just wanted to dance and chill. She wasn't about that life. She was kind of like her father because he was losing his mind too. Now, if you're wondering why he's losing his mind, this goofball puts him in a single room and puts his wife in a room with Val. What the fuck? He was already feeling insufficient, and now you do this? He was about to rip him in half until his wife stopped him like, yeah, he's just playing, man. He's just playing. Just show me and my husband to our rooms, all right? He said, all right. I don't know why you managed this boy, though, but cool. He showed him to his room, and yeah, Tamot was losing his mind, and she said, guy, you need to lock in. I'm married to you. Stop making me having to defend you all the time. He said, my bad, my bad. When Vâle is around, I just feel inadequate. Well, stuff was about to get worse. Because you see, Hierophant was cooking up something nasty in orbit. You see, he had the skull of the monster who ripped off Tamor's wife's hand. He sought to revive this creature and control him as a tool. And honestly, they were not prepared because their hero Vâle was a very confused man. Even the druid said, boy, you need to decide what you want from life. You seem lost, and this is the perfect place to find yourself. His affliction hit him, and this time he saw a future of solitude, a future where he's one with nature, and this place brought him relaxation. Shit was sweet, he was in a good mood, and they had dinner together, only to be interrupted by the Hierophant. You see, he came here knowing full well where they were. You thought you could hide from me? Nah, son. I come bearing gifts. I come with a friend. This friend I know you remember. He took your wife's hand. Welcome to the chat, Bruton. Instantly, you could tell Bruton just gives off brawly vibes because he has that energy. He was powerful enough to push both heroes back, and powerful enough to make Krista run the fuck away, bruh. Bruton was the shit, and for some reason, Tamor thought he could fight him alone. Bruton just smiled and returned fire, almost obliterating the skin from his body, bruh. You could actually see the outline of his skeleton. He dropped like a sack of rocks, and our hero saw this and lashed out. Leave my brother alone. Punch after punch after punch. Bruton took it all, and he wasn't fazed. He returned it with a boot to the face. He was here to rock their world, and both of them knew it. They had fought him before. The only way they knew how to take him down was to power up. But they weren't the only ones thinking about power up. Krista wasn't trying to let her man and her best friend die to one monster. Vâle and Tamor had to make a choice. We need to power up. And they did. They entered their ascended mode and they looked cool as hell. Taking inspiration from Dragon Ball Z, they were powerful and they knew how to kick ass. They sent him flying to the cosmos. He said, watch out, I'm going to send him back down. Get ready to turn him to ash. Vâle said, alright, allowing Tamor do his thing, and he sent him back down with a thunderous boom. He was coming in hot, and Vâle, well, all he had to do was blast him. And this time, it didn't work. It didn't take. He was weak. So weak, in fact, it did no damage. He got kneed in the chest. He started coughing up blood like Jesus. The only reason he was still alive was because of Tamor, and Tamor was pissed off. You had him. What the fuck? Vâle said, I apologize, brother, but we know what to do. We need to merge. It is the only way we win. Tamor said, no, I don't like to do that. But Vâle said, this isn't a choice. We do it or we die. That monster can only be stopped one way. But you see, that was a lie, because Homegirl had a plan. This is why she's giving me Bulma vibes. Her brain was moving. Vâle and Tamor were still arguing, but then they came to the conclusion it was supposed to be done. And with a hug, they combined into a powerful form. It was up until it wasn't. You see, they tore apart. What the fuck? Ah! He was confused. What's happening? Rutan must have sensed the danger because he came in hot. I'm not allowing you guys to power up. What the fuck? He stabbed Vâle in the chest and crushed Tamor under boot. He was powerful. Who else could stand in his way? The world was his. Wrong. She was there, wielding a supersized Buster lightsaber. She came and she landed every single slash. She tore him to pieces. Nothing remained. That's what you get for fucking with my family. Die. He was done instantly, and she went to check on her family. The Hierophant was just there watching and laughing. Disappointing. But everything went according to plan. Peace. The druid ran for his boy. Hold him steady so I could heal him. But from the shadows, Tamor came. Something is wrong. The druid was healing him and he was saying it. Something is really wrong. As I emerged, I felt it. Something is killing him. Our boy is dying. Yeah, it gets crazy after this. And honestly, I cannot wait to tell you guys about it. Make sure to hit the subscribe button and the like button. Peace.